Welcome back, and we're going to carry on from where we left off. We were heading to a meeting in Gridania. So let's select destination to find out who our envoy is going to be. Oh, look, it's a surprise. We meet again. As it happens, my counterpart in the House of Commons agreed that I should act as Ishgard's envoy. Not, I concede, that there was ever any real doubt. As Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, it is my duty to sanction any military operation. But be that as it may, I could not in good conscience make the decision alone, not with the ink scarce dry in the Republic's books of statutes. I trust you understand, my friend. I must test your patience still further by making a brief stop at Camp Dragonhead. Given the trouble brewing in the Black Shroud, I would see that a garrison is ready to defend the border. Sure, no problemo. So we're going to Dragonhead. Now, Dragonhead was a little post that, well, it's not a little, it's a pretty good sized post, that Harshafont was in charge of. And now that he's passed away, they've got somebody else in charge. The garrison commander waits within. Why not accompany me, Roland? You may see a familiar face. Are you kidding? They made this little dweeb. Oh, well, his brother's the Lord, so this guy doesn't have a job. Roland, old boy, how wonderful to see you. And Sir Emmerich, too. To what do I owe these unexpected pleasures? I will have some mulled wine brought up from the kitchen at once, if you will excuse. Nay, do not trouble yourself, Honoro. I can't remember how to pronounce his name. Honoroi? Honorwa. We shall soon be on our way. Lucia, a brief summary, if you will. Yes, Lord Commander. And she tells us all what's going on. Those villains hardly need an excuse to wage war. Bloodletting comes as naturally as breathing to a Garl. I mean, to an Imperial. And thus we shall strengthen our patrols as you suggest. We shall also be sure to communicate these developments to Lord Francel and the Observatorium. I see you have everything in hand. Carry on, Commander. And guess who's going to do everything? That little guy. That little servant of his. Honoroi. No. Honorwa. Surprised to see yours truly at the helm? You and me both, old boy. I doubt I'll ever feel worthy to sit where he sat. It's his half-brother. Yet we can but play the hand we're dealt, and with a little help from the veterans and Honorwa's ceaseless chiding, I'm sure I'll muddle through. So worry not, old boy. Off to Gridania with you. All right, speak with Emmerich in New Gridania. So we're off to New Gridania. Where are they at? Oh, I just realized I'm out of Geisel greens. I need to buy some items. Okay, Geisel greens. We'll just do 100 of those. Well, 99. All right. And we did get... yeah, I've used it already. Okay, we did get a new minion. We got Moonbrita. There she is. Hey. There we go. Diplomatic duties have brought me here on several occasions, but I find that I am enraptured by the Black Shroud's beauty now as when I first laid eyes upon it. I fear that this time, however, events shall not afford us the luxury of enjoying the splendor of the forest. It seems we have an escort to Lotus Stand. A pleasant place to discuss unpleasant matters, is it not? Yes, of course. 'Tis like that. We are the last to arrive. Let us announce ourselves, shall we? All right, got to go to the Conjurer's Guild. The envoy from Ishgard is arrived. Very good. This way, if you please. Oh, and the Limnosian party as well. Limnason party as well. It's the Admiral. I had hoped to slip in unnoticed, but I see I was not the only one delayed in my arrival. Greetings, Sir Emmerich. Admiral, always a pleasure. And Roland, I trust you are well. 'Tis a day of reunions, it seems. I believe you are well acquainted with my escort. Yeah, she's mine. She's supposed to be working for me. Master Roland, I was glad to hear from Rael that the missing scions have now all been found. There is much and more I would discuss with you, but let us first attend to the issue at hand, shall we?
I bid you welcome, my friends. As you will by now be aware, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have come into possession of certain intelligence concerning recent developments in the region of Gyr Abania. It springs, I am assured, from an unimpeachable source. Is that not so, Master Alphino?
Indeed, Elder Seedseer. Our information comes directly from a member of the Resistance's inner circle, and we have no cause to doubt its veracity.
This griffin of theirs is a fool if he thinks he can hold Belsar's wall against the Empire. When the Imperials move to take it back, they will come in force, and the resulting fighting is all but certain to spill over into the Black Shroud.
At the Battle of Cartano, the combined might of 3 grand companies laboured to contend with the remnants of but a single Imperial legion. Alone, Gridania would be hard-pressed indeed to hold back the tide, should the Garleans turn their minds from reclamation to invasion.
May I once more convey my nation's deepest regrets for our inaction in the days prior to the calamity. 'Tis a stain upon our ledger that I would fain remove. Elder Seedseer, I do hereby request leave to deploy a defensive force within the borders of Gridania. Ishgard's return to the Alliance shall be honored by more than mere ink upon parchment.
The Doman people too would join any effort that weakens our common foe. We are few, but our most seasoned shinobi are at your disposal.
A bunch of ninjas.
On behalf of my people, I offer you my humble thanks. Gridania welcomes your assistance.
It is time we set our contingency plans in motion. Is the Alliance agreed?
Aye.
Then let us make ready for war. Victory favors the swift, and there is much to be done.
Well, let's get about it then.
The Council knows that Alamigo will not soon be wrested from the Empire, and its decision to bolster the border's defences seems eminently practical. Why then, brother, do you scowl so?
I agree that they have chosen the wisest course available. Indeed, the only reasonable one. Yet something feels awry. In making ready for war, is the Alliance not granting the Griffin the very thing he desired? Any attempt to hold the wall is doomed to failure, aye. But I wonder if we have misjudged the prize for which he plays.
Well, I guess time will tell, huh? That the Council was able to reach an accord so swiftly is heartening development in itself. I only hope my misgivings prove unfounded. Ah, good, you have yet to depart. I feared I had missed you. Sir Emmerich. Master Alphino, pleasure as always. And Mistress Alize, how wonderful to see that you have recovered. Pardon the interruption. I had hoped to thank Roland for serving as our escort before other duties called him away. I also wish to thank our Doman ally. Forgive me, my lord. I was but awaiting an opportune moment to join the conversation, and force of habit made me keep to the shadows. No apologies are necessary, Mr. Shiguri. I was most grateful for your interjection when I offered Ishgard's support. My nation's historic failure to heed the Alliance pleas for aid is a matter of record. Even so, the Alliance leaders were plainly unprepared for my impromptu apology. The resulting air of awkwardness might have lingered longer were it not for your timely offer of cooperation, which allowed the Elder Seedseer to accept us both. I very much appreciate the gesture. I only did my duty, Sir Emmerich. The Empire is an enemy to us all, and we are grateful for the opportunity to fight at your side. And full glad are we that you have. Pray convey my regards to the Scions. My friends, we must return to Ishgard. Whatever's wrong was simply sorry or thank you. Must these politicians always make a speech out of everything? That is how we adults speak, dear sister. Maybe the ones who like the sound of their own voice. In any case, our business here is concluded. We should be on our way as well. Will you accompany us to Reverence Toll, Yuguri? Actually, I think I shall first pay a brief visit to East Shroud. I'm curious to know how Apolimo and Yida fared in their tasks with the Sylphs. Not to mention what has been going on at Bowser's Wall. I will join you and the Rising Stones anon. All right, where are we supposed to go? Alizé at Reverence Toll. All right, well, I think we got a shortcut there, so let's take it. All right, there she is. Welcome back, Roland. I don't know about you, but I am heartily glad that all of the talking's over. I understand that these council meetings are important, but do you not find it tiresome to have to weigh every word before you speak it? I doubt I will ever feel at home in the realm of politics. She's a doer. That said, people have been known to change, and if my brother is willing to run his own errands, anything is possible. Yeah, he usually makes me do it. Well, he doesn't make me do anything. He just suggests it, and I go along with it. Griffin on the wall. Alizé seems eager to discuss the council's decision with the other scions. Well, as much as I enjoy the bustle of the toll, I think it's time we headed inside. My brother and the others will not be long. All right, in we go. Ah, you were returned from the council. But what of Alphino? Did some other matter require his attention? Mine apologies, friends. I trust we have not kept you waiting over long. Greetings, everyone. Oh, Kryl, how's Nago doing? She will be all right, won't she? I don't see why not. She's sleeping at the moment. Tataru is keeping an eye on her. So we'll know soon enough if there's any change in her condition. Her wounds are healing well. With sufficient rest, I am certain she will make a full recovery. Thank goodness for that. Now, perhaps you would share with us the council's decision. Each of the nations, Ishgard included, has committed to providing military support to Gridania. The Erosian Alliance will soon have a significant force in the Black Shroud, ready to respond to any Imperial act of aggression. You know, I almost wish the Council would stop messing around and give the Griffin what he wants. I wouldn't like to be the Imperial caught between the Resistance and the Alliance. Ida, you cannot seriously... One does not lightly go to war with the Garlean Empire. Quite. To open hostilities without due consideration would be to invite disaster. If only there were some way to reach the Griffin, some means to convince him to abandon his reckless course. It may not be entirely unfeasible. There is a network of tunnels beneath Balzar's wall, secret passages dug by the Resistance to provide a way out of Alamigo, which may equally serve as a way in. Precisely. If all are in agreement, I would be the one to undertake the necessary negotiations. I am familiar with the route, and the Resistance is familiar with me. About as familiar as they are with me, you mean? Say what you want, I'm coming too. I have some experience in practice of infiltration. If you would have me, may I serve at your disposal? As are mine. It has been far too long since I shared a shadow with Shinobi, and I do not intend to waste the opportunity. 4 is quite sufficient for an infiltration mission. Greater numbers will only serve to increase the risk of detection. Kryl and I will direct our energies elsewhere. What of you, Levielowers? I can't pronounce that either. What of you twins? I will return to the East Shroud and stand watch over the border. Should matters take a turn for the worse, 'twould seem wise to be on hand. Might I prevail upon you to accompany me, Roland? Gridania will be safer for your presence, and, while it may not seem the most thrilling duty, dear sister, may I ask that you remain at the Rising Stones to pass on messages, and so on. To hold the fort, you mean? Well, very well. I suppose the task must fall to someone. Safe travels, all of you. If you have any unfinished business in the toll, pray attend to it now. I would depart for the Hawthorne hut without delay. The nearby watchtower offers an unobstructed view of Belzar's wall, and I should be interested to speak to the Alliance commanders who have installed themselves at its top. All right, back to Gridania, it looks like. Now, we do have a direct route to the Hawthorne's hut, so let's take it. All righty. Where's the little munchkin? There he is. Ah, Roland, there you are. Come, Amarix's spire awaits. The Alliance officers on the platform should be able to appraise us of any development at the wall. Hi, guys. Fancy meeting two of you here. We were about to set forth. Indeed, I was about to say 12 watch over you, but I doubt that you have need of divine protection, even if you are venturing into enemy territory. Don't worry, Alphino. We'll have the griffin by the scruff of the neck before you know it. Do make up your mind, Ida. Nary a moment ago, you seemed ready to shake the griffin by the hand and rather than the neck. So which is it to be? 'Twould be the best to decide before we enter into negotiations. Trust me, Papalimo, I'll shake whatever needs shaking. The talking part I leave to you. I think I feel a headache coming on. Let's be on our way, shall we? Ah, some things never change. Well then, shall we make for the spire? Our Alliance friends will doubtless have news for us. Well, all righty then. Welcome, Warrior of Light. I assume you're here to speak with our commanding officers. You will find them on the observation platform. Pray proceed. Hey, it's Hilda. Greetings, my friend. 'Tis good to see you both. I was hoping you might turn up. I've dragged half the watch here, see, and the sight of you might help remind 'em why we bothered. If memory serves, I have not seen many of you since the day of the grand melee. Having borne the brunt of your blows, may I say what an honor it is to stand here at your side. 'Tis heartening indeed to see the realm's most stalwart defenders thus gathered in common cause. Speaking of which, what news from the wall? All has been quiet. That doesn't sound quiet. Report. What? 7 hells. Fighting has broken out on top of the wall. A full-scale assault. So the Griffin has made his move. Someone has. And what's that supposed to mean? The attackers, they're wearing Grand Company colors. What? Impossible. We gave no such order. Of course. The wall was never the Griffin's target. It was bait. We have been goaded into deploying our armies nearby, thus leading weight to his deception. If those uniforms were convincing enough to deceive my scouts, the Empire will surely think we've launched an offensive. This could mean war. Even so, this may yet be no more than a diversion. With the armies of the Alliance occupying the Empire's attention, it would be comparatively easy for the Griffin's supporter to slip into Alamigo. He could then incite a rebellion amongst the populace which the Imperial reserves would be hard-pressed to contain. Erosia, meanwhile, would be plunged into chaos. Roland, we must make for the wall at once. What? Just the 2 of you? Our companions embarked on the mission to sway the Griffin from his course and are likely halfway to his command post by now. They will emerge in the midst of a raging battle, and I do not mean to abandon them to their fate. It will be dangerous, aye, but the confusion may work to our advantage. If we are careful to avoid the skirmishing, it may be yet possible to reach the Griffin, and if we can do that, Lady Hilda, might I ask you to have an airship ready to bear the Scions to safety? Ha! I don't know who this Lady Hilda is, Marshal, but you can count on me. We must prepare for Imperial reprisals. May the Navigator guide us through the storm. And the battle's on. So for some reason, it's just worked out that we're going to a battle at the tail end of my time. So I'm going to be going over today. It'll be a bit longer episode than normal. So those are Alamigo people, resistance people, that are dressed as soldiers from each Grand Company. Forward, comrades. The time has come to drive the Empire from Alamigo and force action upon those who have turned their backs to our suffering for so long. Let this victory be the first step in the liberation of our homeland. Alamigo will be free, no matter the cost. All right. There's the wall. That's not the wall there. That's the wall up there. Straight ahead. Where are we supposed to land? Behind me. Here we are. From what Papalymo told me, the trail ahead should lead us into the shadow of the wall. As we have 2 objectives, I suggest we divide our forces. I shall make straight ways for the tunnels and attempt to intercept our comrades ere they stumble into a bloodbath. While I do so, I must ask that you scale the wall. Know that I would not propose such a course if there was any other way. but the time is subtly in past. Take a band of your most trusted companions and cut a path through the griffin. Make him see reason by any means necessary. Once we are free of the tunnels, we will make to your position with all due haste, and if everything proceeds according to plan, Hilda will then swoop in and spirit us away to safety. I only pray that we have enough time. All right, here we go. We do have duty support, so I can take NPCs in, which I'm going to do. So, let's see here. We've got Bilzar's Wall. Oh, wait. We need to go to duty support. There it is, right there. Okay, this is going to take us in with NPCs. Yeah, and again, if I select Duty Finder, that's going to set me up with real people, other players. I'd have to wait to form a party. With this one, we're just going to take NPCs in and get the job done. This is another fight that has changed over time. When we used to have to put a full party in of real people, it was much more difficult and longer. Now that we can do it with NPCs, the battle has been shortened. And even changed in some respects. Yeah, this place is going to have alarms going off and stuff like that in the old days. And one of the real players would have to break away and go turn the alarms off. There's a lot more to the battle than there is now. So there's many reasons why they did that. Let's get this identification key. Again, as I explained earlier, we're still early on in the game. We only just finished the first expansion. We got 4 more expansions, I think. Maybe 5, I can't keep track. Anyway, so they're trying to get players up to speed in the game to join their friends who have been playing the game for 10 years or longer, in my case. And so they've shortened up some of the ways to get to the next expansion. And then the other part is, since they've added the ability to get NPCs to work with you, not just real people, they've shortened the fights up to make it easier for the NPCs to help out. The key. First boss. First mini boss. Targeting me. Run. Okay, treasure coffer. Did he have a key? No. None of them. Another one. Oh, treasure. Holy smokers. Another conveyor belt. Is that what it is? It sure is. All right. Okay. Ah, way out. Second boss. Got my little drone in. When my drone gets upgraded, it'll upgrade to a battle robot that packs a punch. Ow. Get up. Move. Oh man, it freezes you. Whoa. No, it's gonna freeze me right in that AoE again. Dang it. All right, that cleared our way. Another elevator. There wasn't a key, was there? No. Oh boy. A big guy. Gunship is down. Right. See, there's oh, there's another guy left. I didn't even see him. I was looking at that big guy back there in that that armor. Didn't even see the little guy. All right. Trying to do two things at the same time. Running while drinking tea. Dangerous for me. But I can handle it. fire up here. What's going on? Oh, we're meeting resistance. It's kind of weird fighting your own people. Basically, we are fighting our own people. These are Alamegans, little Alamegans. They're loyalists, resistance. They're still on our side, but they're fighting for a cause. Uh-oh. It's the Griffin. We made it to the top. Of course. The guy that took Raban's arm off, Ilbrid. You should have known. I told you the voice sounded familiar.
Yeah! Yeah! How'd you like this?
Oh, I just love it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Move it.
Sloppy. I'll tear you limb from limb.
I'll fight you with one hand behind my back.
For Alamigo!
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah. How'd you like this?
I'm floating there.
Sloppy.
Yeah!
Yeah.
I'll tear you limb from limb. They always say the same things. Over.
Yeah!
Sloppy.
Sloppy.
Yeah!
I'll tear you limb from limb. Yeah. Sloppy. For Alamigo! I have you now. Yeah. How'd you like this? Yeah!
Big sword. Success. Treasure. This is kind of a weird fight because he's down, but he's not out. And we're just going to leave? Huh? It ain't over yet. Not on his part, anyway.
You've beaten me, aye. But you cannot stop what I've begun. Behold, a glimpse of things to come.
Now these are his people dressed as our soldiers.
We did it! We showed the bastards!
So these are his own people.
Victory is ours!
That's going to be important here in a second.
And who knows, lads? Mayhap the Eorzeans will finally see sense when the enemy turns up on their bloody doorstep.
That's one of Ilbert's men.
This is for Alamigo, for Eorzea. They die that others may live.
Another one of Ilbert's men.
Vanguards! Attack!
Seven hells! Do you hear that?
War machines.
How did they get here so quickly?
Stand your ground! For the resistance!
He's killing his own people.
There's nowhere to run! We're cut off!
Gods help us! What are we thinking? The Empire's too big. Too powerful.
Yeah, except for it's not the Empire. It's your own guy.
mighty Ralker. Grant us the strength to crush our...
There you are.
As you can see, our infiltrators did not elude me for long. Lady Ugiri is sending for an airship even as we speak.
What do we do? This is a massacre!
How wonderful to see you, Commander.
Ill-bird. I should have known. This has to end. It has to end now. Do you not see your countrymen dying? Have your ideals rendered you blind even to that? Order the retreat, and we will help your soldiers to safety.
Retreat? With the moment of my triumph so close at hand? You truly are a sheltered child, Leverrier.
Nidhogg's eyes. No abyss is too deep for you, I see. But trust me when I say that such power was not meant for mortal hands.
How long have I struggled to reach this point? My countrymen, so inured to the taste of defeat, they no longer balk at its bitterness, shouting my throat raw with rallying cries, only to be greeted with dull eyes and blank faces. My brothers and sisters in Ulda have surrendered to their apathy and their appetites. Were it not for the glint of Lodorito's coin, I doubt even those here now would have answered my call.
That's true.
Take back our homeland! Free Alamigo! Ha! They'll happily mouth the words, but they won't spill the blood. You say no mortal should wield these eyes? Then I shall gladly become a demon. I will suckle on the souls of the hopeless and liberate the homeland they no longer deserve.
What exactly do you mean to do?
Did you hear their cries as victory was snatched away from them? Even with their dying breaths, they cursed the Empire. Never has their desire for vengeance been so raw, so true. A god has no need of faith when summoned by so pure a purpose.
Okay, that's why he killed his own people, to have them screaming in vengeance for somebody to take. He's going to use magic to make a monster.
Summoned? You cannot mean to fight the Empire with a primal! You know full well the danger, the futility of relying on such power!
Oh yes, I know their limitations, which is why I will call upon a deity more terrible than the very black worm of the calamity itself.
What? Here? Now?
Like hells you will!
An ending to mark a new beginning. My pain, my longing, you shall have it all!
Ew, that sounded wet. Yuck.
This light, is it...
His death completed the ritual. The primal is taking shape.
Well, can't we stop it? There must be something we can do!
There is one thing.
What? Hey! Where do you think you're going?
He's gonna do
Master
the same
Louis
thing.
briefly contained Bahamut by means of a potent spell of sealing. I will now attempt to do the same.
But that's impossible! We would need hours to collect the necessary ether, if not days!
Alphino, though I concede it may not always be apparent, I was ever your grandsire's finest pupil.
Marty, of course! The staff still holds enormous power, broken or not.
Don't you dare, Papalimo! I know how that spell works. It is time to leave.
Quite right. Quickly now, off you go. The further away, the better.
No! If you're staying, then so am I.
No, Ida. There is a path only you can walk, and it must not end here. Not like this. Take her! Please, you have to take her!
What? No! Damn it, Thancred! Put me down! Thancred!
This is one battle you cannot fight. Away with you! Go!
It didn't matter which one I chose. It still ends the same.
Hilda! I think he means now!
I bid thee farewell again, my dear Ida.
I've got a character
Now,
made of him.
Let us see how good a student I truly was.
Why? Why didn't they let me stay? Papalimo was my friend. I should have been there with him. You could see it in his eyes, Ida. He knew what he was doing, what had to be done. Master Louis wore that same look right before the end. Do you think I don't know that? I know, all right. I know. There's nothing more you could have done. Ilbert caught us all off guard. Even Roland was powerless to stop him. If you must blame someone, then blame me. Just promise that you will never forget what Papalymo strove to protect, or the lessons he tried to teach you. Don't speak to me. Leave Ida with me. Go on, go back to the Rising Stones. The others need to know what happened here. Louis' finest student. It is plain that the recent events have shaken Alphinaud to the core. Once again, I find myself at a loss for words. But Thancred is right. We must return to the Rising Stones and appraise our companions all of this. Pray, make your way there at once. I will send word to Estola and the others of our imminent return. Twould seem you bring ill tidings, brother. Aye. Behind the griffin's mask we found the grinning face of an old adversary, Ilberd. I know not how, but he had in his possession the eyes of Nidhogg, whose dread power he used to initiate a summoning ritual, even as we looked on. By the 12. I don't understand. To attempt such a magic requires every ounce of one's ether. No one, not even grandfather, could cast it and hope to survive. Indeed, it was ever a last resort, as I am certain Papalymo was aware. Thus did the pupil follow the footsteps of his master, even unto the grave. I have as yet been unable to explain how Ilberd came to possess Nidhogg's eyes. In the depths of the sea of clouds, a perpetual storm of water and wind, aspected ether, rages. No mortal could endure such conditions. Yeah, no mortal. Then mayhap it was the work of an Ascian. But now is not the time for idle speculation. Krile, I have need of your assistance. Yes, of course. We must inspect the cocoon of light and ascertain the state of the primal trapped within. Between our respective talents, I dare say we shall glean some measure of insight. Understood. I can't promise I'll be able to sense much through the barrier, but I shall certainly do my best. As shall I. Let us be about it, then. Without so much as a by your leave. Pray forgive Archean Estola her brevity. She seeketh employment, lest her grief deprive her of the will to act. A desire to comfort Ida doubtless compoundeth her unseemly haste. I too must contend with this grievous loss in my own way. By thy leave, Lady Alizé, I shall honor our fallen colleague through gainful study. There exist writings which may yet further our understanding of this cocoon of light. Maybe I was too quick to judge. Surrendering to sadness and regret would be a poor tribute to Papalimo's sacrifice. Quite. We must begin preparations to face Ilberd's accursed creation without delay. What time we have was purchased at too dear a price for us to squander it. Okay, this is a good place to stop. I went a little bit over because of that fight, but it's all over but the aftermath and the crying. So I'm going to continue on in the next episode. I hope to see you there. Ta-ta for now.